What's up, Creed? JJ here. Today's review is going to be the Rocky Patel Vintage 1990. Couldn't have picked a better cigar to represent this guy and this brand. A gentleman worth looking into. This brand as well, and quite the inspiration this gentleman is. And you know, he's inspired me many times. And you know, he really needs no introduction. But you know, everything that he's done and got his hands on has done well, and his whole working demeanor has served him well, and definitely something we all can aspire towards. This one is the famous Robusto, 5.5 by 5 inches. This one was scored a 92 on a Cigar Aficionado. Anyway, yeah, so I've had this in my humidor for a while. It's well acclimated, that's for sure. Seal's not broken. You know, I love the cellophane, but at the same time I hate it. Trying to get the damn thing off. You know, there's arguments for years going on about what's better, cellophane or non-cellophane for aging purposes, and to each their own, I say, to be honest with you. I've had good success in both ways, so that's that. So, nice tight roll, beautiful, small visible veins, nice box press, nice cap. I was never a box press fan, and it wasn't until I tried a bunch of Rocky Patels that, well, he's famous for having box press cigars. So him and Alec Bradley, the Prasado is a really nice one too. Anyway, there's no box, individual stick. I do have a couple of these left, but that's about it. So it's comprised of Nicaraguan and Dominican long leaf filler and binder, I believe. The exterior wrapper now is it's gorgeous. It's a Honduran. It's beautiful. They say it's been aged for 12 years, just the wrapper leaf alone. So beautiful color, nice smell, chocolate, barney. It's got that, yeah, great barnyard aroma. Sweet, almost like it's almost got like a Tetley tea kind of scent to it off the foot. Cocoa. Man, I don't know if I want to light it yet. Beautiful. Anyway, let's cut it, toast it, get to know it. Comprises of a medium strength blend. Good draw. Sometimes it's often a difficult thing to get a decent draw out of a box press cigar, because you have to roll it in such a way where when you do box press it, it doesn't compress too much to restrict it. Well, the wind just picked up. I almost wonder if I should grab my double torch. That's okay. Man, I don't know if it's gonna rain or what. That sun keeps playing peekaboo with everybody. So, in the early 90s, just before the Great Cigar Boom, Rocky Patel was a lawyer in Los Angeles. No resistance. Hey, kind of got a sour note there. That's good, man. Nice change of pace. Yeah, it's really nice. Cocoa's coming through. Nice, nice sweet bouquet. Little flowery, floral notes in there. Nice smoke. Good smoke output. Anyway, so Rocky was a lawyer in Los Angeles, and he developed a love for the cigar itself through a friend, and from there, I guess, sparked a fire in him. Developed a passion for him. He had gone on a few business adventures, I guess outside his him being a lawyer, and along the way those adventures led to him becoming part owner of the Grand Havana Club in Los Angeles. And then later he was approached by somebody for a business proposition. And that was to manufacture his own cigars. Now, you hear stories of him. Most of the world knows Rocky Patel pretty much. Anybody who's been around any type of tobacco product for the most part. Anyway, he decided to go for the adventure of manufacturing, even though people told him, no, don't bother, man, you won't succeed, you know, don't waste your money, it's not worth your time. But even unbeknownst to him, something bigger was happening at the same time. And that was the Great Cigar Boom. I call it great because from there, we have been introduced to so many different varieties, blends, sizes, rolls, and he had a big hand in that over the years. Anyway, So, with starting in the cigar boom and him starting up manufacturing cigars just in the early stages of it, the Indian tobacco, the Indian Tobac Cigar Company was started. Kind of got a cherry note there, like a black cherry. Dried fruit coming through, like a craisin almost, cranberry or whatever. No pepper. Smooth through the nose on the retro. I haven't had one of these in so long, actually. It's kind of nice. A brand I've always enjoyed. Like I said, he's a great inspiration too. You know, so you read up some of these guys, you know, you learn what they went through and did what they said couldn't be done at times. You know, we all need to learn lessons like that. And everybody should have somebody that's inspirational and you know, something you could take from, something of substance. Man, that's good. Chocolate. Bit of wood. Still some hay in there. So, anyway, now that we have the Indian Tobac Cigar Company in play, Rocky's kind of a visionary because he saw a need for new, fresh start companies, you know, basically out with the old, in with the new. Push that limit just that much more, and to remind those who are already in the industry that they got there one way or another by hard work, by being different from others, even though in the end product's still the same, pile of ash. So, you know, he had a head full of dreams, some ideas, great young inspiration to the industry and the market. He knew that bold packaging was a good way to go, and to deliver a premium cigar that everybody can enjoy that was cost effective for them, for the consumer, and the market went for it. You know, that's what people wanted. So that's the direction he took. A lot of people followed. A lot of people didn't make it through the boom. He was one of them. So moving ahead a bit, 2003, he started focusing more so on the vintage series, the creation of the vintage series. And with that, dropped the Indian Tobac Cigar Company and went with a name, his name, Rocky Patel. Now, a lot of people were like, who's this Rocky Patel guy? Well, part of that just got another blast of dry fruit there. It was good. Nice and sweet. Anyway, so part of that, he basically knew and understood that in order for a name, there had to be a face. And with that, he basically hit the road. Became the sales for the company and everything too, and pushed the brand, pushed his name in the market. And, you know, that's how it should be. Here's the man, here's the face, here's the name, here's the cigar. Nice ash. Kind of got a grassy note there. Sorry. Anyway, so here's a guy that wanted to achieve a lot of things, and who doesn't? You know, he was a lawyer, so he knows hard work. Lawyers, you know, becoming a lawyer is no easy task. But with personality, dream, ideas, ambition, drive, he set out and, you know, later became involved in basically all aspects of the company and the business. Everything, right down to the farming, to the curing, fermenting, sorting, rolling, all that. Packaging and sales. Now, he also has one of the craziest schedules I've ever heard, you know. On the road, 300 plus days. 150,000 miles, you know. He was even recorded at somewhere I read that he was in 600 different cities in a spread of 750 days. That is a ton of traveling. And that's what I say, you know, behind the name had to be a face, and he maintained that exposure. You know, and that was, I think putting the name on his cigar was kind of a legacy he wanted to leave, but at the same time gave him that boost to want it to succeed as well. But who wouldn't, right? Earth. Bit of earth coming through now. Touch of leather. Lots of sour notes in there. Like, everything's got like a bit of a soury kind of twist, twang thing to it. Love the Maduro wrapper. It's my favorite. They tend to be the sweeter cocoa, coffee type notes to them. So anyway, all the long hours on the road, to this day, still doing it. You know, good luck trying to book the guy for something. But yet, you know, you always hear, oh, he's popping up in this event there, popping up in that event there. The guy has a talent, you know, mingling, being one with the public. You know, I've heard him in interviews and stuff like that. He seems like an extremely personable guy. Like, tends to have a great demeanor and character about him. It's fantastic. So, you know, his hard work and dedication has obviously paid off. The passion and the love. He has, God, I don't even know how many cigars he's up to now. And the sub-brands, you know, other blends that he's helped out with other companies and smaller names and little boutique brands. And that's the thing, that, you know, people call this a boutique brand. It's not anymore. At one point, yeah, for sure. But at his status now, no, I'd say he's a premium brand now, global brand. Bug. More wood coming through. Getting that. You know what? This is a great fall cigar. It has the notes of when the leaves are on the ground, you know, in the fall. It's got that sweet aroma to it, where you can smell the leaves in the pile, like kind of fermenting, or like, you know what I mean, drying up. It's a nice glass of whiskey with you. Perfect. Can't wait for fall. So, that's pretty much the rough history, you know, in a nutshell, of the brand. Rocky, if you're listening, your passion has maintained a great consistency. Fantastic. You know, and you know, you hear a bunch of the other guys, you know, how involved they are in companies and stuff like that, but a lot of the other brands are just, they're blenders getting their tobacco from somebody else instead of growing it. And, you know, whether he's using the Placencia's farms and stuff like that, is still, you know, he doesn't have somebody doing it for him half the time. You know, he's in there doing it himself. Sometimes it takes years to come up with one blend. More sour note. Almost got like a celery kind of sour note in there too. Anyway, that's pretty much for the first third and the brief history on it, and a background, a little bit of bio on Rocky Patel. We'll be back with the end of the second. See you in a bit. Okay, so we're back for the end of the second. Sorry, the ash fell off. Kind of got me there. Anyway. Good change-up. Nice and complex. I already removed the second band, or the first band. Oils are coming off. You can feel it. Good creamy smoke. Salt picked up. Through the second, I had some graham. Again, that dark black cherry note was coming through. So, one of the things too that Rocky did was kind of a, well, I guess you could say it was maybe a bold move because they wouldn't be producing as much, but what he did to have better control over quality on both the rolling end and everything that happens beyond that, withdraw test, checking for color, consistency, and imperfections and whatnot, was reducing the amount of cigars produced per day. So rather than producing, 400 to 500 cigars per day, he said, nope, we're going to cut that in half. We're going to do about 250 cigars a day. Yes, less are going through, but it's also less cigars that we can spend more time on, checking for quality, color, imperfections, the works, draw, everything. And because of that, people felt like they were getting a much better premium cigar for a great price. And he said it himself too. It's oftentimes you can put it down, leave it for 5-10 minutes, go back to it, damn thing will stay lit. I do find that the case quite often actually with these cigars, and that's a reflection on the type of quality he produces. So more wood. Cocoa. Not as much coffee anymore. Coffee's kind of subsided a bit. So yeah, these they are a great cigar. I do like the box press. Like I said, Rocky Patel is one of the brands that has really pushed me onto them. Don't know what the fascination is with it. Just looks a little bit more unique, right? A little bit more elegant at times. Look like a nice piece of chocolate. Anyway, so that's pretty much it for the second. Get back to you for the end of the third and final thoughts. So we're back. Ash fell off again. Partially my fault, wasn't paying attention. Anyway. Had some good deep wood notes in there. Earth. Spice picked up. Pepper is coming through. Starting to get the build up on it too. It's been great otherwise. Strength's amped up a bit. Still big creamy smoke. Burn got away from me. I had to touch it up with the torch. It's okay. Both bands are off, as you can see. Self-adhesive bands, love it. Had some cinnamon that came through. And some bread. And I think this is pretty much where I'm going to end her. Great smoke. Good cigar. Had that cocoa through it. A bit of a bean flavor actually that came through in the end as well. Like a bean or a pea kind of note. Almost like a snap pea kind of. Anyway. This has been the Rocky Patel Vintage 1990 in Robusto. I'm JJ from Cigar Creed. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, share, comment. Join the Creed. See you next time.